Welcome, Jesters. Looks like we're gearing up for another fight over the 14th Amendment, specifically the Citizenship Clause. And just to remind everybody, what everyone is arguing about is all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Probably make a few videos discussing this because, yes, as you might suspect, they are all wrong. It's as simple as that. So, however, in discussing this, with one of our friends on the left, I actually realized something. You know what? I have to admit, there is a way for them to win this argument. I know, it's actually crazy, and I was kind of reluctant to talk about this because it's an argument. They could bring this argument up, and honestly, I have no way to counter it. At least I haven't thought of one yet. And, I mean, just give me some time, probably come up with something. But yeah, it's tough. If they actually go this route, yeah, they might actually be right. You see, the thing is, everybody knows, or every reasonable person knows, historically and legally and politically, that the 14th Amendment, or this particular clause, was created specifically to ensure or to settle any doubts that the freed Democrat slaves were actually citizens of the United States, right? There was just questions about it, how they came to be here and things like that. And despite the, Civil Rights Act of 1866, which also specified this, I guess the people at the time thought it required a constitutional amendment to guarantee that the freed Democrat slaves were actually citizens, which was the correct thing to do. The 14th Amendment applied to specifically the freed Democrat slaves, right? Nobody considered it would apply to anybody else, certainly not illegals. But today, how are our friends on the left trying to keep birthright citizenship in place to protect the children of illegals, to protect the illegals in this country? So if they actually bring up the point that, yes, the 14th Amendment was specifically focused on the freed Democrat slaves, and then turn around and say, well, yes, the 14th Amendment also applies to our slaves today, the illegals, which are the modern Democrat slaves, they're right. They're absolutely right. 14th Amendment was for the Democrat slaves in the 1800s, and their current arguments today are that it should apply to their slaves today. I actually do not have a counter for this. Like I said, I really would not have a way to respond to this if they brought it up. Does anybody have any ideas? I would really like to know if you have maybe a counter argument to this, because quite frankly, shockingly, they are right. The amendment applies to Democrat slaves. The slaves we freed with the Emancipation Proclamation and 13th Amendment, and the slaves they're importing today. So, yeah. What do we do? I mean, I hate to say this, but this is actually an instance where they're right. Oh, this worries me, because I'm right.